celebrity stylist and ambassador for John Frieda Australia, David Keogh. He's direct from LA. I'm super excited because he's going to be showing us how to do that sexy, beachy LA hair that we all want. So let's get to it.
Fabulous, let's go.
So David, that hair, that sexy, great hair that moves and that you see, you know, off-duty celebrities in LA all the time have that perfect hair. How do we get it?
It's pretty simple. I think it's pretty simple. It's a case, especially with hair like yours, just to build the hair a little bit with some product. And then it's just a case of curling it a little bit, but not like overly curly. It's not like leaving it curly in and you have that Miss America hair.
So my hair's been blow dried a day ago.
Yeah.
So is this hair that you can get on a hair that's a day in, or is it
Yeah.
like a great post blow dry style?
Yeah, it's perfect for this because it's got a little bit of guts to it, a little bit of texture in it, and it's just great for building. You know, when the hair's too clean,
It won't hold.
It won't hold, and it always flops and drops. So
Yeah.
it's just, this is perfect. Dirty hair is a little bit perfect for it.
So what do you use?
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to use on the roots just a bit of root booster. This is all I'm doing, as I said, is building at the moment. So I'm going to use some root booster on the roots.
Is that a volumizer?
A little bit of a volumizer, and then we're just literally going to use dry shampoo just to get the rest of it going, and some dream curls. I'm only using this because I want to put a tiny little bit of moisture into the hair, and it's good just for building as well. So instead of me wetting it down with water. This is a great one just to spray in, just for a little bit of moisture.
That's interesting.
It's going to spray through. I just use my finger just to pick up sections. Just spray through, and then we just do a little bit of a rub.
Now, if you're
there.
at home and you're
Yep.
doing this, can you just tip your head upside down? No, you have to do what David says.
I mean, it's pretty. You just really, all you're doing is just using your finger, lifting, spraying there.
Right.
If you tip your head upside down, you sort of tend to get the ends more so than where you want it to go. So we just spray through. Okay, so that's pretty well much through the roots on a warm heat, and all I'm going to do myself is just rub. Then I might use some of that product you've got in your hand at the moment.
I happen to have it handy.
In a moment. And I'm just going to, it's all about building, so I'm just going to spray some of this through the hair.
When you say building, do you mean building volume?
Building volume.
Yeah, okay.
Getting some texture, getting some, you know.
So you've done root lift.
Root lift.
And
now we're just going to just do the ends so it has a bit of body as well.
is this the product that swells the
Yeah,
shaft?
swells the shaft.
Thickens it up?
Yeah. So as you can see, I've sort of just got some volume now.
Yeah.
It's just a bit messy and textured. I will now come through with the dry shampoo. Once again, I'm going to use it on
And
the...
what's the trick with dry shampoo? I think people get it really wrong. How much is too much? Where do you spray it?
Well, you spray it at the roots to start with.
Yeah.
Too much is probably when you see a really big film of white powder, and you can't quite get rid of it, and it's flaking and falling off all the time. So...
Because it can leave it oily if you use too much, can't it?
Yeah.
Oddly.
Oddly, yeah. I know, it's the opposite, isn't it? So I'm just going to, once again, just section. So it just leaves a little bit of a white, and then I just rub that in a little bit, and it's great. You just start to create all this really fly away, sort of textured hair. So it's really good. So yeah, we're just coming through here. Just give it a little bit of a rub. So I've basically put this now through the root area.
Yeah.
Just to build it up. I will
I've
now...
got a lot of product in here, but it doesn't feel it.
No, because everything's really light.
And is that because of also the order you've done it in?
Yeah. And some people, you're just going to be you can't be too heavy-handed with this. It's just a spray. So I'm now just going through the ends, just spraying it all through, and then I'll put the blow dry back in. So as you can see, it looks as though the hair's got some life again, and it looks full and pretty.
Yeah.
And it just has the feel.
It feels light.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel weighed down with product at all.
Yeah, good.
But it feels thicker.
Okay. So this is the result, but what I'm going to do now, I'm not one for like getting the section of hair and doing. I just pick up hair
And tong it.
and tong it. And the other thing is, my little tip is, don't look in the mirror. Because when you're in the mirror, you're trying to work out. Well, so just
That is genius, David Keogh.
pull away from the mirror, and it actually comes more naturally to you to curl it.
That's really clever. In all my years, I never knew that. That
So
makes so much sense.
If you want to, I mean, also, what I'm going to do is I'm using the volumizer hairspray.
Before?
So, just before. It acts as a setting lotion. So I just do a little spray. This little spray, I try not to take you out.
So what do you, that's my fault, I turn to you. With tonging, how much do you take?
Look, you take about an inch diameter, I suppose, all the way around.
Yep.
And that's it.
And what sort of size tong do you recommend?
This is sort of probably like a 20-cent piece, wouldn't it be?
Yep.
Yeah, so something like this. Depending on what sort of curl, you can get bigger.
But they're quite difficult to use on your own, a bigger tong, aren't they?
That's right.
But you don't want a skinny tong. You want something with, because that's going to be easier to do and give you a better non-Shirley Temple poodle result.
That's right. And what it's about is the time that you leave it in the hair. Like I am going to I'll show you now. So I just open it up. I always start at the root and then wind round. Just hold the end. Sometimes I let the ends go a bit earlier so it's not so curly.
And do you leave 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres, 5 centimetres off the part line?
Yeah, that's about 2 centimetres there. So that's all I want. All right, so there's that. And then basically...
So do you just randomly go around?
I just randomly go around.
Leaving some pieces flat? Or do you try and tong the whole lot?
I try and tong the whole lot.
Okay.
You know, if a few pieces fall out, that's fine. So once again, I just go more towards the root, wrap, and just hold it for a little bit, I suppose about 10 seconds. Once again, depending on how much curl you want.
Yeah, right.
And then pull. Sometimes I even just run my hand through it after just to pull it down if I find it's too curly.
Wow.
So this is just after the
tonging.
The tonging.
This is post-tonging.
This is post-tonging. So what we're going to do now, so you can see I've left some ends out. They're
it's
not all
really
curled.
important to have those ends out, isn't it?
Yeah, just a few little ends out. So what I'm going to get you to do...
Tip my head forward.
And stick your head over. Okay.
Volumizer. Yeah.
Okay. And then we're just going to loosen this up with my fingers. I'm sort of well known in LA to do the old head massage because it gives it texture.
So you're really, I mean, this is it's quite hard what you're doing. This is not like subtle. You're really going for
getting in there.
Yeah.
Okay, throw it up for me. Just shake it out. Basically, this is it for me. I mean, just a little bit of...
And go.
And go. You might just want to play around with your fingers. Sometimes I might use... This is one of my favourite combs, just for... If you want to give it some volume, don't tease on top. I come from underneath and just do this.
Oh, that's clever.
You can put some finishing cream, but just got to be careful because that'll weigh it down and make it fall out too fast.
Yeah. I absolutely love it, and I've learnt new things. I love it when I learn new things. I've learnt how to build product. I've learnt to not tong with a mirror. That is going to be a game changer.
Yeah.
And I've learnt to do combing from underneath, not the top, which I've never done before.
Yeah.
And I look fabulous, and I need to go out now.
Look, just one other quick tip. What you can do is once you've got this result, you know, if you feel as though you just want a little bit more up here, just grab the curling iron and just, once again,
go over it.
Just quickly pick up a section. Be very careful because it's a little bit matted, but that's the whole point, and go over it again. But just hold it at the root. And you'll just get that lift again. That's beachy, sexy LA hair that girls love.
That I love.
And there's so many things you could do with this too as well. Once you've done this, you could take half it up, pin this, leave this out. There's so many things you can do with it now. So that's it. Sexy, beachy hair that girls just love. Enjoy. Looks great.